What's up guys, it is I, once again, Yusuf Al-Sanad, and today guys I want to talk about and review Ridley Scott's 2017 release science fiction suspense thriller / horror Alien Covenant, which is the sequel to Ridley Scott's 2012 release Prometheus, both of which acts as a prequel in a series leading up to the events of Ridley Scott's 1978 or 79 release Alien. Alien Covenant is directed by Ridley Scott, of course, and was also co-written by both John Logan and Dante Harper. During the end credits of Alien Covenant, the movie is dedicated to Julie Payne. Julie Payne, if you guys and girls don't know, was a very close friend and producer who worked very closely with Ridley Scott and was managing his production company. Miss Payne had sadly passed away in 2016 due to cancer. As a way to respect his very close friend who has now sadly passed away and her soul being departed, he chose to dedicate Alien Covenant to Julie Payne, God rest her soul. Alien Covenant takes place 10 years after the events of Prometheus, and during the opening scene to Alien Covenant, we see a small glimpse of Peter Weyland, who is the director and CEO of Weyland-Yutani. It was during this time that Peter Weyland, who is played by Guy Pearce, the owner of Weyland Corporation, before Weyland Corporation would merge with Yutani, forming Weyland-Yutani Corporation, he has created an android he calls David. David essentially is Peter Weyland's son, and David in turn refers to Peter Weyland as his father, his creator. David questions Peter Weyland on what his purpose is and who his creator was, if he was the one who created him, and Peter Weyland responds that that is what he hopes to learn. He hopes to discover who his creator is and who is the creator to all mankind, because he refuses to believe in this idea of mankind being born abruptly or being born through mere coincidence, because nothing happens by mere chance. Surely the creation of mankind, that is one of many themes that Alien Covenant tries to deal with. I say tries to deal with because the issue with Alien Covenant, which I'll get into later, it's about the themes it's handling. Such themes include creation and creator, the purpose of living, and finding where our homeworld is, as well as our humanity, the love we have for one another, and those who we trust close to our heart, that being friends, family, etc. As soon as the opening sequence ends, we cut to the present day in Alien Isolation, where we are introduced to a new android. This android is referred to as Walter. Walter is a much more updated version of David, the original android created by Peter Weyland. Walter, unlike David, is programmed to obey protocol no matter what, and he serves his creator without any question. Michael Fassbender plays both David and Walter manages the space station, a space station which carries over 2,000 colonists, who are being protected by a crew. Each one of the crew members who awoken after an EMP disaster which caused the space station to lose power for a short time, they do what they can to act quickly to ensure that the 2,000 colonists aren't injured or aren't put in a hazardous situation. Only one of the crew members had sadly died. The crew member who had sadly died was the husband of Janette Daniels, also known as Danny, who is played very well by Catherine Watterson. And so of course Danny mourns his death, and they have to act quickly because the lives of the 2,000 colonists rest in their hands, and their mission is to find a planet they are to terraform. Terraform is to essentially establish a new home planet they can call their own. The planet, the Covenant, which is the ship they're on, the space station they seek, is a planet known as Orgai 6, only they are sidetracked when they hear a beacon signal. This beacon signal came out from nowhere, and so they decide to investigate this beacon signal to find out where it came from and what happened to the people who sent the signal itself. It leads them to an unknown planet they are very unsure of, because this planet seems very dangerous and very isolated, so of course it's a bad sign for danger. That's as far as I will go with the plot, because this story, guys, it's something you have to discover for yourself, just like the crew members who investigate the planet are discovering for themselves. And it's a journey well worth it, guys, because I absolutely love Alien Covenant. Alien Covenant, while not perfect, is a really good film, one I really did enjoy. I love the characters, the story, the setting, the environment, the atmosphere, the editing, the cinematography, the performances by everyone who are fantastic, and of course the themes and ideas dealt with. Those themes and ideas are dealt with really well, with the exception of creation and the purpose of mankind, because I really didn't get the full idea of who their creators are, because we as human beings have an idea of who our creators are in this world, whether it be it God. Some say we have evolved from apes to becoming man who have intellect, intentions, and have free will, which clearly machines don't. In the case with Walter, who is a synthetic, otherwise a machine, he lacks purpose, he lacks intention, and he is to only follow protocol given to him by his creator. We as the audience do have an understanding of creation and the creator, those who created us. Alien Covenant, however, does not establish much of the creator. The creators who appeared in the first movie, that being Prometheus, the first film in the prequel series, and we don't get the full picture of who our creators are or why they created us, whether be it by an accident or by purpose. We don't know for sure, and this film fails to fully emphasize on the idea of creation and creator and the purpose to mankind. It is completely left to us to interpret in whatever way we can, and Ridley Scott, while his direction is really good, I find a few issues with John Logan and Dante Harper's writing. I do love the story and the themes and ideas dealt with. There are clear flaws to Alien Covenant, flaws I can attempt to ignore because the performances and the writing and everything about Alien Covenant works so well. I can look past those aspects to Alien Covenant, which does not work for me personally, because this movie as a whole is a really well made movie. There's so much intricacy into the way the movie is made, from the cinematography to the editing to the lighting to the way it looks. This movie looks so gorgeous. I love the aesthetics so much, and the performances, like I mentioned, are really good. You have Katherine Waterston, who is amazing as Danny. She is so good in playing her role, and some even compare her to Sigourney Weaver as Ellen Ripley. She is without question an iconic character, a strong female character who truly is the embodiment of what a female character should be in an action movie. I was very happy to see Katherine Waterston be praised for her performance as Danny. She is very tough, strong-minded, independent, and most importantly, she cares about her crew members and is willing to sacrifice herself to protect them no matter the cost. Katherine Waterston is so amazing, and you also have Michael Fassbender, who plays Walter, and another android, David. He plays both roles so well. He is so fantastic at playing both characters so differently. Walter is a far more reserved and a far more humane character, despite not being human, whereas David is much more cold-hearted. David carries no remorse or feelings towards others but himself. He's a very selfish character as opposed to Walter, who does value human life. Even if Walter is programmed to take care of his creators, he still cares about them, unlike David, who is a complete psychopath. Besides Katherine Waterston as Danny, you have other crew members like Chris Oram, and the actor who plays Chris Oram, I don't know his name, but he's really good. You have Danny McBride, who plays Tennessee. Tennessee is a really awesome, fun character. I love him so much. It was a huge surprise to see McBride play a character who isn't overly comedic, because he is known for playing characters in other comedies who are so over the top and so outlandish. In this movie, he is far more human, far more relatable, and you do care about him and the other crew members, which also includes Damien Bashir, who plays Sergeant Lope. I think that's his name, Sergeant Lope. He's a really good character I like. And you also have Upworth and Ricks. All the actors do a great job playing their respective roles, and their reactions to the horror that unfolds on the planet is so amazing. It becomes so intense, so scary, and you do dread for them and their safety. This film can be so intense, so scary, and Ridley Scott is at his best when he creates a science fiction film or when he crafts a science fiction film. His direction is so outstanding. I love Ridley Scott so much as a director. He is so good at creating tension, suspense. It's a really good film. While not perfect, it has so much to admire about it. It's a really interesting, fun, intellectual type film, one I think you will enjoy. And Alien Covenant is far superior to Prometheus, which I do love. I can try to understand why people don't like Prometheus, because Prometheus received mixed reviews. Mixed reviews I do kind of understand, though the movie as a whole is still pretty good. It's well made. Like Alien Covenant Covenant clearly is well made, and those people who hate Prometheus will likely find something to not like about Alien Covenant, but both movies are made so well, and like I said before, Ridley Scott is the best at creating atmosphere, tension, especially in a science fiction movie like Alien. Alien Covenant and Prometheus are nowhere near the league of Alien or Aliens, which was directed by James Cameron, but they are still very good movies, and I do recommend you guys and gals check it out. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe if you wish, and do check out my gaming channel where I do Let's Play series, gaming content, all that kind of good stuff. Until next time, peace out, take care, adios, amigos, au revoir, and sayonara.